FIBA Basketball Champions League Asia. Because the BCL Asia will take place between the 9th and the 15th of June, where we will have the champions of Japan's B-League, China's CBA, Gilas Pilipinas PBA, not to mention Korea's KBL, as well as the two very best teams from the FIBA Vassal. You may know it as the FIBA West Asia Super League, but that competition, the Final 8, is taking place. And already, looks like defending champions of BCL Asia, Al Riyadi Yakbiri, as they say, in that part of beautiful West Asia, are getting ready to defend their crown. Well, we'd like to welcome you, of course, to this magnificent UG Arena in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia, the capital city. Well, players getting some final words with their coaches, but now getting ready to enter the floor for play. And I can tell you something, Broncos would love to go 2-0 against New Taipei Kings. But also more importantly, after tonight, the Broncos will indeed be, well, not necessarily, of course, because if Broncos do lose, and let's say hypothetically they were to lose to Adroit, well, that would give High Tech Basketball Club a very slim chance of maybe winning that potential head-to-head. But that is going to be, as we like to say in professional basketball, wishful thinking. And I mean that respectfully because the Broncos are a team that mean business. Well, the talks are over. Players have now entered floor, and now we're just seconds away from this tip going up. Of course, a big shout out to our three referees, three of the very finest. From the Philippines, Glenn Cornelio. From Korea, Lee Kyung-hwan. And from Kazakhstan, Anton Kozlov. A big shout out to our commissioner and technical delegate, Zhang Hongtao. Well, this competition was known as the FIBA Asia Champions Cup. And after a break, it's back, it's better, it's bigger. It is indeed BCL Asia East. The journey to get to become Asia's #1 team here. Broncos getting first possession. New Taipei Kings defensively trying to come out aggressively. It's now Tolbert goes in around the defense. Oh my goodness! Well, JT wasted no time, but now here comes Big Baby. Bob draws a foul, and he'll go to the free throw line. Wang Po-Chu may have just got away with a poster, but now he'll go for the 2 free throws. And what a great move by the big man in transition. Well, Juan Pocher does average about 14 minutes per game. He's just under 7 points so far in all 5 games he's played here at BCL Asia East. Because back in Chinese Taipei, they know him as the tank. Here at BCL Asia East, well, we know him simply as the dominant big baby. Both free throws converted. New Taipei Kings putting on a bit of full court pressure. Broncos getting a 3. It's up. Well, that one not quite converted. Because Michael FIBA, the only import player tonight here in this game. Heavy defense coming. Now trying to go for an ISO. Taking on 2 players, but now with 6 on the shot clock, FIBA off the dribble takes it. Well, those are the kind of looks you're going to see from Michael FIBA. The high release makes it nearly impossible to defend him. Bodispol trying to patiently build up the offense. Now go for a penetration. Well, Broncos under 10 as Miller will pull up for a 3. And now make it over 2 from downtown for the Broncos. Well, the game just trying to get into that factor. Both teams trying to build that identity offensively. But it's only Big Baby's 2 free throws that separate them. Hong Shishan. Veteran play, goes baseline. Nice kick out, wide open 3 with a pump fake. This time takes it, it's up, and gets it off in time. San. Well, he just said, Chingewa Lancho. Well, Su patiently took that set shot from the perimeter, giving New Taipei Kings a 5-0 lead. Because a lot of anticipation coming into this rematch. Well, nice penetration, no help side defense. And he just went inside the lane and nobody came out to stop him. Well, that was a nice move by Ikbayad. First field goal of the game for the Broncos, taking over 2 minutes. And now FIBA goes in the paint, another kick out. This is good passing for the Kings. Big Baby goes in. Oh, they've called a traveling violation. Well, that's a tough one to say the least. I have to see the replay, but because from our angle, it's very difficult. You got to remember, our referees, they have a better view. So something, well, Big Baby's going to sub out now. Because New Taipei Kings haven't quite started their playoff basketball in the TPBL. That professional domestic league in Chinese Taipei does conclude at the end of June. So busy time. Another penetration, nice kick out. Well, he got the first 2 points and he ties the game up at 5 apiece. And it's beautiful basketball for the Broncos. Well, I'll try to keep, and again, just end-to-end stuff. Well, the veteran, Lu Tsung-Tu. Well, I'll keep you updated. No score stats, but at the moment, New Taipei Kings lead 8-5. Tolbert got it by FIBA. And a blocking foul is going to be called against FIBA. See, this is the problem right now with New Taipei Kings lineup. They don't have a natural center out there. So very much a small ball scenario. Defensively, that's going to cause problems when Jordy Chimanga comes into the game. Broncos get it inbound. Ikbayad makes a penetration, goes in. 7 points already for that man. Well, he is dominating here so far. But still the Kings lead by 1. FIBA, deep 3. Can't get it. Rebound secured by the Broncos. Well, again, they go to Tolbert. Got it by Su. Well, Tolbert almost turned it over. Oh, got a double nutmeg. Now, who did that take the last to? It's got to be Kings ball. Well, we may have just witnessed 2 nutmegs, which you usually don't see in the game of basketball too often. Well, I'll keep you updated with the score. It's currently New Taipei Kings 8, Broncos 7. Under 6.5 to go here in the first quarter. FIBA now attacks. Finds Su, he's got 3 points. Can't quite get the jump hook to go. Well, so far, good tempo for both these 2 teams early on. Now Miller attacks. Miller goes in, and a foul has been drawn. I think that's going to be foul against Su. Yeah, or no. I think that is. Let's have a look here. There's a bull screen. Yeah, it's on Su. Well, that's only his first personal foul. The New Taipei Kings, of course, arrived 2 days ago here in Ulaanbaatar. Had a very successful shoot-around, of course, in the early morning yesterday. Of course, arriving early to the arena, getting ready for this big game. A line violation. Wow. Hong Shishan, I'm not quite sure what he was trying to do there. But that's going to be another free throw coming up for Ian Miller. 6:08 to go here in the first quarter. Miller can give them the 1-point lead. Wong trying to play primary point guard. Getting Kings into an offense. FIBA. Well, trying to go for 15, but Sue still keeps it alive. Makes a bit of contact, no foul called. And now the Broncos looking to push this one. Miller pulls up for three. Three is up, three is good. Both teams getting good looks from the perimeter. Well, New Taipei Kings going for a quick three. Nobody there to go for an offensive rebound. Well, usually this team is renowned for taking high percentage looks, but that would be the one time I would criticize their offense. Well, again, no defense. And I think it's accountability, man-to-man, but also help side not rotating in time for the Kings. 6-point lead currently to the Broncos. FIBA trying to go pick and pop. Pulls up for a three. 50-50, Lin Soo-jae. Again, Kings now maybe a bit of a fatigue factor settling in. Well, Lin Soo-jae had that three-point. He made one earlier, but kind of feel the Kings right now just not with the fire at the moment. Knowing they've already qualified, Broncos go for another three. And the rebound secured by Su Shishuan. Hong Shishan kicks out. Wide open three again for the Kings. Well, that's a good look. There's no arguments with that offense. Well, double change will be coming in for New Taipei Kings very shortly, as now we're into 4.5. Well, the gamble there. Miller kicks out. Another wide open three for the Broncos. Well, here's where the Kings will want to push quickly. FIBA go baseline. Almost turn it over. Lin Soo-jae, another kick out. Su fires a three. This time he gets it. And that's what you got to love about New Taipei Kings basketball, the patient buildup. Well, FIBA could have taken that one. Lin Soo-jae could have taken it, but in the end, the wide open shot came from Su Shishuan. He now has 6 points, 2 3-point field goals. Broncos still lead by 3. Tolbert fires a three. He puts it back to a 6-point ball game. Well, the Kings currently are 3 out of 9 from the 3-point line, while Broncos 3 out of 6. As mentioned, both teams getting good looks from downtown. Lin Soo-jae gets rejected. Here we go. Tolbert throws it down. And by Akhlan, Zugir, baby. Well, that's converting turnovers into transition dunks. 8-point game, another turnover. Numbers in transit. Oh, Tolbert. Hong Shishan probably should have came up with that. But now Miller, he'll go for the 5th three. Goes out of bounds, but New Taipei Kings will retain this one. Well, both teams subs coming in. Still no Jordy Chimanga here in the first quarter. Of course, the young fella, Asbayal Atengadel, of course, has been raising a lot of eyebrows and, drawing a lot of attention to his exceptional talent. We saw this in the Thailand window where he had a phenomenal game against both Adroit and High Tech Basketball Club of Bangkok. We'll give you an update on the score. Currently 19-11, and basketball fans watching live on FIBA's official YouTube platform, we do apologize for not having the score graphic. We are getting it fixed, but I'll keep you updated. 2:59 to go here in the first, and an 8-point lead to the Broncos. Oh, it's becoming sloppy basketball. Another unforced turnover for the Kings, this time Chun Chin-nen. Well, maybe it's the factor of knowing New Taipei Kings will be going to the BCL Asia East Final Four. Miller now looks to attack. Goes in, bit of contact. Doesn't get the ab one, but he still makes it. And now a 10-point lead currently to the Broncos. Kings have got to build something. FIBA now looking to attack. Goes for another tough contested three, and that is what Michael FIBA does best. Hand in his face, but the high release, nearly impossible to defend. Fourth three of the game, and now Big Baby comes up with it. New Taipei Kings don't have numbers. They'll go for another three. Lu Tsung-Ju in the corner with a 50-50 falling to the Kings. FIBA now go for no man's land and back-to-back triples. The chef, Ta Tai Tuofan. Well, welcome to the Hogwa, the hot pot session of Michael FIBA. Well, that 6-0 run, the score is now 21-17, still to the Broncos. Well, Asbayar goes in, finishes. Nice little give and go. The defense overcommitting to Ian Miller. .90 seconds to go in the first quarter. Well, FIBA turning it over. And now Asbayar trying to run, goes in, look out, goes. Oh, baby! Zugir. Are you kidding me? Well, the young man wasted no time running in transition. Well, welcome to Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia, as Asbayar Bayaklar Sambatanu, baby. Well, the timeout has been called. We will be back in just under 1 minute. Currently, it indeed is the Broncos who lead by 8 points, 25-17, with 1:22 to go here in the first quarter.
You guys can set screens, you can screen your own, you can still attack. Just keep it simple, keep the ball flowing like we have all year. Now, guard to guard, you guys can switch. Right now, we're not attached to our guys. We're not defending one-on-one. We're way too far off the ball. They're just getting whatever they want. You're in coverage at the level. But guard to guard, all you guys switch everything else. All right, let's go. Horns 5, next one.
Kings, 1, 2, 3.
Kings.
Well, we now have 1:22 to go here in the first quarter. We're live in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia, where it is the Broncos who lead this one 25-17 against Chinese Taipei's TPBL #1 team, the new Taipei Kings. Well, I think Michael FIBA went on that 6-0 run and did cut it down to a 4-point deficit. But the Kings right now, the one thing that's costing them has indeed been the turnovers. Well, they already have 4 turnovers here in the first quarter. Chef Mike now looking to go for an ISO. The foul has been called. That's only the second team foul so far here in the first quarter for both of these two teams. As now with just over 1 minute to go in the first quarter. Kings are already going. Jordy Chimanga now subbing in. Well, that's going to be another turnover. Great defense by Chimanga. And that's going to be turnover number 5 for new Taipei Kings. Well, this is going to be a great test now for Wampo poacher number 11, Big Baby. Because Jordy Chimanga, I might say he's the #1 center here in BCL Asia East. But now the mid-range goes up. Kings come up with it. Potentially could go 2 for 1. They want to go quickly here to get something good on the other end. FIBA's made 2 threes. Makes a third one. Tuofan. Chef Mike continuing to cook it up. That cuts it back down to 5. Well, an offensive foul is going to be called. Wow, I was almost convinced that was going to be given against Li Jian. But in the end, well, I think they're going to call that one against Asbayar. 31 seconds. 7 seconds difference between both game and shot clock. Kings could cut it down to a 1-possession ball game. FIBA, he's been on fire, goes again. Tuofan! This guy simply cooking on the floor tonight. Already 4 threes for Michael FIBA here in the first quarter. He is unconscious. But they can have the final shot. There's a three. Broncos can't get it. Chimaga, well, great job by Big Baby. Keeping Jordy Chimaga off the offensive rebounds. Well, right now, 2-point lead. They go quick. They get it off. But that's not going to go, and that is the end of the first quarter, where indeed, New Taipei Kings, who trail by as many as 10, now only down by 2. And we have a ball game at the moment. Well, the Kings, 7 out of 15 from the three-point line. And that has come from the chef, Michael FIBA. Well, we'll be back in just under 1 minute. Live here, BCL Asia East, 5th and final window. We're here in the beautiful capital city of Mongolia's Ulaanbaatar, here at the UG Arena. Well, the Broncos led by as many as 10 points, but with 7 3-pointers coming from the New Taipei Kings. I got a question to ask to all the fans back in Chinese Taipei. Jidianla, right now, it is San Fen Chou time. 7 3-pointers here in the first quarter from the Kings. Well, we'll just find out how long they can maintain this 3-point shooting. Kings have already qualified for the Final Four. Well, we're just trying to sort out a few issues. Of course, we do apologize for not having the score graphic, and the score currently, well, there may be a correction though, because we now have on the score, look, I thought it was a 25-23 lead in favor of the Broncos, but now it says on the scoreboard 25-21. They've changed that now, so it is back to 25-23. So again, we apologize for not having the score graphic. We will get it fixed as soon as possible. 25 to the Broncos, 23 to New Taipei Kings. Kings first possession. Big Baby getting a handoff. Another penetration, but turns it over. And that's going to be an unsportsmanlike foul. Well, was there any need for Lin Li Jian to commit that foul? And this is clear as daylight. It's in the open floor. There's no, I mean, I don't think you could get the best basketball lawyer on the planet, but the jury's out. It's as simple as that. Well, Jordan Talbot missed the first free throw. Of course, another one of the key players here for the Broncos in BCL Asia East. He's had a very good stint so far. 5 points this evening and also has 5 rebounds, but now make it 6. Because he's averaging 9.3 points and 6 rebounds. But, you know, his best performance actually came against New Taipei Kings, where he had 15 in that night with 10 rebounds. And he was monumental in the fourth quarter. 3-point lead currently to the Broncos. Supe Kai as well checking in. Chimaga turnaround. This guy going to work at the double block. And I don't think Wang Po-Chu could have done anything better on defense. It was just better offense. Chimaga comes out again, getting his pocket picked. And here come the Broncos. They have numbers, good passing. Chimaga now, the double team comes over. Chimaga goes in. Almost gets his own rebound, but now Supei Kai can run with this one. And it's, well, no, that's going to remain Kings ball. Of course, it's currently a 5-point lead to the Broncos, 28-23. Oh no, they turned it over. The decision has been overturned. Let's have a look at the replay here. Yeah, that's a good call. So that is going to be indeed turnover number 7 here in the first half for New Taipei Kings. 5-point lead still to the Broncos. Trying to extend their momentum. Chimaga goes baseline. Goes in to, oh no, traveling violation. I just wonder when he jumped, was the travel made when he made the pivot or when he made the jump stop in the paint? But Michael FIBA will sub back in for New Taipei Kings. Let's have a look at the replay. Watch Chimaga. Is the travel called here? Yeah, I think so. So it was on the pivot step. Well, Sue's made 2 threes. Now make it 3. And the 8th tray ball. The Sanford Joe coming for New Taipei Kings. And it's back to a 2-point deficit. Broncos going dribble handoff. Mid-range is up. Gets his own rebound. And Ryan Marchand infuriated with his backcourt. And now a 3 hit for the Broncos. Great work by Big Baby. Again, keeping Chimaga off the offensive boards. Nice penetration, dish off, goes in, misses. Gets his own rebound, turnaround, and FIBA levels things up here tonight. 14 points for Michael FIBA. Well, it's all tied, 28 apiece. Over 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. And this time the foul is going to be called against Wang Po Chun. You know, they need him to play for 30 minutes. Let's have a look here. That's a good call. He bumps from behind. Baseline ball coming up to the Broncos. 7:51 to go here in the second quarter. Both teams locked in at 28. Well, goes in the back screen. And New Taipei's defense getting exposed very quickly. Well, those are the easy points in the paint that will drive any coach crazy. FIBA's got 14. Goes into Euro step. Wang Po Chun finds Supei Kai. Probably should have taken that one. But goes in and still goes for the tough ISO. You have to remember, he did pick up the Player of the Game award against Adroit in New Taipei City in the opening window for Group B. But again, we're locked up at 30 apiece. Well, they want to go to Chimaga. Wang Po Chun, good defense, hands up. I tell you what, Big Baby holding his own at the moment against the best center here in BCL Asia East. FIBA quick 3. And again, Michael FIBA. Sanford Cho Tatsai Tuofan. This guy is unconscious. Well, I might call him the professor. Right now, he's putting on a clinic, teaching the Broncos. Right now, they've got to defend better from the 3-point line. Well, the timeout has been called. We will be back in just under 1 minute. New Taipei Kings lead 33-30 against the Broncos.
Айлч тэргийг өршөөх борж ичээд байгаа байхгүй да. Хамгаалтан дээр. Тэгэхээр бид нар одоо бусад айлгаа одоо уушаад оноо авах юм бол физ дээр шүү дээ. Оноо авах юм бол барсаа. Саруулаа.
When we get a score the feast, okay?
Okay. You the same side with the ball. If the ball is there, Jordan move this way, okay? Яг энийг аваад одоо жоо бүмүүн дээр дарамтаа яа. Бүмүүн дээр бид нар дарамтаа явахгүй байгаад айлч амар амгалан гарч ирээ ширээ амгалан ирээд яваад байгаа. Тогтгоон дээр заавал битээ айдгаа хурдан тогтоо, окей? Одоо ноо бодлож өгч байгаа болоод байгаа. Аваад байгаа.
Defense on 2, 1, 2, 3.
Well, welcome back, everybody. 3 minutes played so far here in the second quarter. We're live in Ulaanbaatar, the capital city of beautiful Mongolia, for the 5th and final window of BCL Asia East. We're currently New Taipei Kings, who did trail by as many as 10 points in the first quarter, now find themselves ahead by 3. Well, 17 points, no surprise, and 5 rebounds from Michael FIBA, the Mamba of Chinese Taipei's TPBL. Basketball now turns it over. No, he gets it back. 10 on the shot clock. Chimanga now wants to ISO. Well, Big Baby right now is just playing MVP defense against Chimanga. Well, he's not reaching, hands up. I tell you what, Big Baby protecting the paint for New Taipei Kings. Well, Big Baby in the corner goes to the 3, can't get it. Well, he's made a few of those before. And now a quick 3 for the Broncos, and again, leveling things up, and it's back and forth. Well, nice 3, beautifully tucked away. 33 apiece tonight. New Taipei Kings looking to regain the lead. Supei Kai from the mid-range, can't get it. And nobody coming from the weak side for an offensive rebound. Broncos looking to regain the lead. Another quick 3, made his last one. And now he's cooking. Same Banu, baby. Same Batanu. Well, it's raining 3s tonight here in Mongolia. Quick one goes up and a FIBA. I tell you something, I am lost for words for the TPBL Mamba. 5 threes already for Michael FIBA. No, sorry, correction. Make that, 5 threes. FIBA's got 17, he's 5 for 8 from downtown. Chimanga finds Tolbert. Oh, another man who's made 2 in a row. That time just cooling down. New Taipei Kings have made 10 threes here in the first half. Broncos have hit 5. Well, FIBA's feeling the confidence. Finds Big Baby, goes in, and Big Baby going to work. The dime coming from Michael FIBA. 2-point lead again to New Taipei Kings. Nearly 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. The team that's going to the Final Four right now showing their dominance is now Tolbert. That 3's not going to go. Big Baby, big time rebound. Well, I'm telling you something. Fans in New Taipei, Kaohsiung, Taoyuan, wherever you are, Taichung. Big Baby right now is having an MVP, but Michael FIBA, that time can't get the 3 to go. Well, no charge call, but a finish by Jordan Tolbert. And again, we're all tied at 38. 8 points tonight for JT. Gamble on defense. Supei Kai goes in. Well, defensively, both teams right now just being exploited. But Kings do regain the lead. Oh, again, much smarter move by Chimanga, just trying to seal off against Wang Po-Chu. But that's going to be, I believe that's his second personal foul, I think. Yeah. But I tell you what, it's the first part to reach. If he doesn't reach, I don't think the foul's going to be called. But credit to Wang Po-Chu, Big Baby, Tank, whatever you want to call him. Defensively, he's been a pro tonight, doing his job against Jordy Chimanga. Hong Shishan going to the bench. Well, another 3 here for the Broncos. Unable to finish. That goes out of bounds. New Taipei Kings will get it back. Oh, what a pass by Big Baby. Someone's got to shoot it. 3 is up. Well, again, that was a great offense. They got the wide open 3. Well, again, fans, we do apologize for the lack of the scoreboard graphic. We will have the score ready for the second half, and I'll keep you updated. As mentioned, it's a 2-point lead currently to New Taipei Kings. Score is 40-38. Broncos looking to retake the lead with a 3. They could do it with Miller. 3 is up. It gives down the 1-point cushion. Well, you don't leave that man wide open. 6th 3 for the Broncos, 2nd for Miller. 16 in total between these two teams, and a timeout's going to be called. Well, we'll be back in just under 1 minute. Great game here in Group B of BCL Asia East.
else. He could have had that rebound.
Even with the late switch, good box out on Jordy. Make sure that we're all boxing out. No one can watch. We got to stay in there. Then if they get an offensive rebound, it doesn't matter who, we have to be able to match up. We got to match up quick. Like I said, if we run half court, we can take our time to get into it, but just like you guys did last time, be direct, cut, pass, and just next guy shoot. These are great shots down here. You guys keep shooting that. Keep sharing the ball like that. Hey, JJ, bring it up. Go thumb up. Mike, you set this one for JJ over the top, and then DHO at Mike, and then attack up.
Let's go, Kings. 1, 2, 3.
Kings. JJ, make sure that you tight curl around Mike. So that he'll get up.
Well, I think if you look at this team, new Taipei Kings, obviously not coming here with as many players as before. They do have a very deep lineup that they do play with in the TPBL, their domestic league. But Michael FIBA, the only import player tonight. Well, there's no surprise to see him already be the leading scorer with 20 points. This is 5 rebounds away from a double-double. Kings almost turning it over. Well, Kings down by 1. That's going to be a kickball violation. Well, 3:08 to go here in the second quarter. It's 41-40 in favor of the Broncos. We will have the score graphic ready in the second half. FIBA's got 20. Well, may have got away with a travel. But Lutsu now in the corner. And that's going to remain possession to the Kings. Now the ball didn't touch the rim, so 2.4 left on the shot clock. Kings have got to get it inbound, and they've got to be very clinical. Well, that's great defense by Azbayada. Well, again, another 3 goes in. An offensive rebound for the Kings. Well, FIBA again going for 3, number 6. May have just cooled down. Broncos lead by 1. Now want to extend their lead. Miller off one screen. There's a kick out. 6 on the shot clock, but that's going to be another kickball violation. So Broncos will get it back on the sideline with a fresh 14. Of course, it was quite close the first 3 quarters these two teams met in Chinese Taipei. It was in that fourth quarter where Jordy Chimanga just went on beast domination mode. That's Bayard. Gets it back, goes in. He can't finish. But a foul's called, so 2 free throws coming up for the young fella. And if that's on Wang Po-Chu, yeah, that's going to be foul number 3. And that could be a problem for new Taipei Kings. Because I tell you something, Wang Po-Chu, Big Baby, Tank, whatever you want to call him, he has been, in my mind, their best player defensively. He's handled his own inside the paints. Well, Azbayar Altengarel, 4 points tonight. Just mentioned, he's only 20 years old, stands at 204 centimeters. That's roughly 6'8". And he's been averaging 12 points and 5 rebounds. Unable to hit the second free throw. Still a 2-point lead currently to the Broncos, 42-40. Just over 2 minutes. Oh, Kings turn it over now. Broncos have numbers. Oh, nice pass. Azbayard finishes. Well, you got to appreciate this young man's determination. As soon as they came up with possession, he was gone. He was running down the tracks. Well, that's a nice penetration, but nobody going in for an offensive board. And the lack of a natural center is Miller now going for 3, number 3, and he buries it in transition. 17 threes made here in the first half between these two teams. 95 seconds left. Su penetrates and gets rejected. Well, Chimanga, what a block. Chimanga just said, not in my house. This is the UG Arena, capital city, Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. Change coming in very soon here for. Well, the problem with that foul, it's already the 15th foul for New Taipei Kings. So, you know, where this was a tie ball game or where Kings had the lead, this could potentially be a 9-point deficit. Broncos lead 47-40. 1:28 to go here in the second quarter. Well, Batisbold currently at the free throw line, and he was monumental the last time these two teams met because he had 15 points in New Taipei City. Because the most impressive thing about him, Batisbold, the man at the free throw line, is he loves playing pick and roll basketball with Jordan Tolbert and Jody Chimanga. He does a great job of avoiding getting blocked when attacking the rim. 9-point lead, provisional substitution. So re-entry play is Sed Galen Otgon Batar. Full court press coming from Broncos. Lutsung Ju, nice penetration. Finds Sue wide open. And Kings' three-point shooting may have just cooled down, but FIBA stops this one from going out of bounds. Well, Lutsung Ju left wide open. Got to make this one, and makes indeed the 11th three-pointer for the Kings. And now it's 49-43. 11 out of 25, 44%. And that's kept him in the game tonight. The Millers made three. Can't get this one. But another offensive board for the Broncos. Well, Chimanga throws it away. And if New Taipei Kings go quickly, a 2-for-1 could be on the table. Foul committed by Azbayat. It's only the first team foul for Broncos here in the second quarter. Kings down by 6. Trying to find a FIBA who does have 20 here in the first half. Now FIBA goes for a very deep three. Probably had a little bit more time, but his confidence is terrifying. Just over 2 seconds difference between game and shot clock. Broncos potentially could take the final play. Well, they don't want to foul here. Well, nice finish by Miller, going in, simply unstoppable. And that is the end of the first half, where indeed Broncos lead by 8 points, 51-43 against New Taipei Kings. Well, it's been a 3-point cookout here in the first half so far. A total of 18 3-point field goals have been made between these two teams. Well, we're going to leave you with the highlights and the stats, and we'll be back in just under 15 minutes. Well, good evening, fans, and welcome back to BCL Asia East 5th window live here in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia, where currently it is the Broncos of Mongolia is the league leading by 8 points against New Taipei Kings of the TPPL and Chinese Taipei, who have 43. Well, it's been an exciting game so far. We've seen a plethora of three-point shooting. Leading scorer tonight is Michael FIBA. He has been doing what he does best, and that's cooking. The chef has 20 points, 6 rebounds, and indeed 1 assist. Well, so far for the Broncos, well, they've been inspired by the 15 points by Ian Miller. Well, Miller currently 3 out of 6 for downtown. He has 5 field goals in total. But the one, great thing we've seen in the first half, as mentioned, 7 three-pointers coming from the Broncos and 11 out of 26 from the New Taipei Kings. Well, again, hello and welcome to all of our fans in New Taipei, Kaohsiung, Taichung, Taoyuan, Nimen, Haoma, Warjiao, Josh Bet. And tonight, New Taipei Kings have already qualified for the Final Four of BCL Asia East. And to all of our Mongolian fans, Sembanu, Sembatsanu, Bayakhlad for joining us as we're about to get the second half underway momentarily. Well, again, fans, another game coming up tonight. It will be the Group A fixture between Bishrot Metal, the other team from Mongolia, joint hosting this fifth and final window. They'll take on the other team from Chinese Taipei, the Taiyuan Palian Pilots of the Plus League. Taiyuan currently in the Plus League finals up against Taipei Fubon Braves. And actually trailing 2-1. That team, of course, also featuring the greatest player in the history of Chinese Taipei basketball, Lin Tijie. But now it's all indeed about BCL Asia East. Asbayad being heavily defended. Because Broncos have been on fire so far. Middle of 15, finds Asbayad, goes in, can't finish it. Oh, Lord. Jordan Tolbert just went in and I like to call that the 50-50 putback. Got there in the end. Biggest lead of the game as it was in the first quarter. 10-point lead to the Broncos. FIBA turns it over. And now Broncos have numbers. Finds Asbayad, goes in, finishes. He's only 20 years old. Well, another assist coming for Ian Miller. And that's what you've got to love about the Broncos. They know how to run in transition. 12-point lead, biggest margin of the game tonight. Well, the score is 55-43. Here in the third quarter, Kings getting the mid-range beautifully tucked away by Tian Yo-Che. Well, that's his first field goal tonight. And that cuts it back down to 10. Broncos patiently trying to build up their offense. Ikbayar kicks this one out. Well, they got to build something. Time is winding down. Miller's got a double clutch on the three. Can't get it, but an offensive. Oh, no, he missed. Well, I don't know what was more disappointing. 3 new Taipei Kings players giving away an open rebound. Well, Ikbayar's inability to convert that. Well, it goes out of bounds, but Kings will retain this one. That's good help side defense coming from Jordan Tolbert. Chen now penetrates. Looks for a kick out. FIBA pump fakes. Goes in the lane, finishes. Now's got 22. Well, nice penetration by Michael FIBA. A 4-0 run currently for the Kings. Miller now in a bit of contact. The foul has been drawn. And he'll go to the charity stripe. That's definitely a foul. There's no arguments. But, you know, that's just down to the fact that the Broncos, they waste little to no time getting the ball inbound and really pushing the tempo quickly. Well, the legends of Mongolian basketball in the building tonight here at the UG Arena. And I'm telling you, basketball in Mongolia is on the rise. It's a magnificent country. 3 million people in Mongolia, majority of them living in the capital city of Ulaanbaatar. Miller makes them both. Back to a 10-point lead. Utsung-Ju now finding Hung. Kings need a bit of better spacing on their offense. Well, they don't want to let FIBA shoot it, but off the dribble, making another three-pointer. 25 tonight for Michael FIBA. And that indeed is his 7th three-point field goal tonight. He's over 50% from downtown. Cutting it back down to 7. Asbayat spins around, but he turns it over. No foul called. FIBA comes up with it, goes for another quick three. Wow, it was on target. We can understand the confidence of Michael FIBA at 25, now 50% from the three-point line, 7 out of 14. But remember, Kings have already qualified for the Final Four. Reverse layup, no good. FIBA another rebound. Kings want to run. Well, nice give and go, and now they cut it back down to 5. A 7-0 run from the new Taipei Kings. He's been so effective tonight. Su Shishun, 11 points. Broncos trying to reestablish a bit of order here in their offense. Tolbert trying to go pick and roll with. Well, Tolbert keeps it one-handed, looking like Dr. J with a finger roll. Really kept that in his right arm. Just a rotation on the follow through from that finger roll. Su now penetrates. Avoids the block, but misses the layup. Broncos come up with it. They got numbers. Finds Miller. Well, they'll go for another three in the corner. Three is up. No good. Tolman fights for the offensive board. Broncos right now just a little bit more hungry. Just want this game a little bit better. Well, they'll go for another deep one. That's way off the mark. It goes out of bounds. 7-point lead still to the Broncos. 5:53 to go here in the third quarter. Well, if you are watching this game live on FIBA's international YouTube platform, welcome. This is the BCL Asia East 5th and final window. Please, if you can, hit that like button, subscribe to FIBA on YouTube, and follow BCL Asia on Instagram, X, and Facebook. Well, they don't want to let Michael Lefebvre have any time or space. But time is winding down. Big Baby keeps it alive, goes in, and finishes. Oh, tough move by Wang Po-Chu. 6 points tonight for Big Baby. But it's been his defense that's really kept Kings in the first half. There's the alley-oop, but it was connected with it. Well, Big Baby looks like he's taking a hit. Wow. Hopefully Wang Po-Chu is okay. Not quite sure what happened. I think maybe contact with the elbow to the head. Completely incidental. Nothing malice about that. Let's have a look. There's a pick and roll. There's a lob. Right. Wow, that's painful. I tell you what, still in the game. Big Baby, tough as nails. Because it's Chen Yo-Chu who's going to the bench. Well, you got to get it inbound. Finding Lu Tsung-Chu. Just over 5 minutes. Lefebvre with a post-up. Turn around, hang in the air, can't get it. But that's going to be foul number 4 against Wang Po-Chu. And that's unfortunate. But I tell you what, intelligent play by the young 20-year-old Asbayar, that man. Because what he did there, he cements position on the box out. Watch, there's a help side. Shots up. And you can see he's just in a semi-box out position, which Big Baby inevitably does get called for the push in the back. Miller's made 3 tonight. Can't get a 4th one. Tolbert can't get the offensive board. Kings down by 5, and a foul is going to be committed. That's going to be the second team foul against Broncos here in the third quarter. It's on Mukul Tuition. Su-Pei Kai back in the game now for the Kings. Lu Tsung-Chu, quick turnaround 3 is up, and he cuts it down to a 2-point ball game. Well, this team was down by 12 beginning of the third, and now 1 possession away. Kings have been cooking. 13 threes. Goes out of bounds. Broncos will get it back. Well, that's the right call, definitely. Asbayar. It's been very good tonight. Now bull screen with Miller. There's a kick out. Another 3 for the Broncos. Offensive rebound, and that is where they've been better tonight. Broncos contesting everything. 7 offensive boards for the home team. 6 for New Taipei Kings. Both of them have been going at each other. Su-Pei Kai playing primary ball handler here for the Kings. Lu Tsung-Chu almost getting his pocket picked. Oh, again, turning it over. Very careless play. Broncos looking to extend. Miller coming off one screen, down the middle. One leg of fadeaway, and again, this guy taking over tonight, and this has got to be his best performance. And a timeout is going to be called by head coach Ryan Marchand. New Taipei Kings arguing there was a push. Well, the timeout's called. We'll head down to New Taipei Kings bench, and we'll be back in just under 60 seconds.
Hey, we're moving the ball good. We're getting good looks. They're just as tired, so you guys just continue to be solid, continue to talk, make sure that we're up on those switches. Okay? Hey, we're in a good spot. We're winning the quarter right now. Stay to the fundamentals when you're tired. Keep your spacing. Play off of two. Meet the pass. It's just all fundamentals.
If we run 4 and I space out high, they're staying way out there. You're gonna have that set a good screen so you have a lane to attack. Like Venti did with Sushi that time because they stuck with me.
Out two with Mike. Sushi, once you get it, Mike, you just fake, hand off back, pressure on the rim, and then Lou will be here. Okay. Yep, if they show up, throw it right back to Lou. He'll be wide open. Here we go.
Let's go, Kings. 1, 2, 3.
Kings.
Be ready for press. Be ready.
Keep the ball pressure up.
Job of the Broncos converting turnovers at the fast break points. Well, plenty of time. But remember, this game has little to no effect on new Taipei Kings. They've already booked their tickets. They've qualified for the BCL Asia East Final Four, and that will take place between the 29th of May and the 1st of June. Kings down by 6. And now they want Michael Lefebvre to go to work. Chimanga's also back in the game. Supei Kai, tough defense, finds a bit of separation, just can't finish, and a big rebound by Miller. Broncos looking to extend, nice pass goes in, finish, oh no, another offensive board. Here comes Chimanga, and he's given a hard foul by FIBA. So Jordy Chimanga will go to the free throw line. Well, that's the 8th offensive rebound of the game for the Broncos. Well, Jordy Chimanga actually played in Chinese Taipei. Missed the first free throw. If it's one thing, the Canadian international comes originally from Montreal, Quebec, in Canada, as he has shown his dominance. And he's an old school back to the basket post player. And the one thing you've got to do when you defend him, which Wang Po-Chu did a good job of in the first half, keeping him away from the double block. Of course, last season he did play in the Plus League against New Taipei Kings when he played for the Kaohsiung Steelers. So now you see Broncos trying to make Lefebvre work. Off the dribble fadeaway to Ken. Good defense, but even better offense by Lefebvre. 27 tonight. Miller now mid-range. Crisscross goes in. Can't finish. And it was going to be a 9th offensive rebound, but good defense by Supei Kai. Kings down by 6. Lefebvre's hungry. Pump fakes. Mid-range. Again. Mamba time. Wow, Zidane La. What time is it? It is Michael Lefebvre Cook Show. Well, his mid-range is automatic. You cannot stop Michael Lefebvre. You can only hope to contain him. 29 points this evening for Michael Lefebvre. Another kick out. Wide open 3 for the Broncos. In the corner. Can't finish. Chimanga offensive board. Number 9 for the Broncos. Now another 3. And this time they make the Kings pay. Well, that now extends their lead yet again. Now we're under 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Chimanga reaches. Lefebvre's got 29. He's not going to get this one, and it goes out of bounds. 6-point lead. Wow. The home crowd booing. Michael Lefebvre says, bring it. Just bring it. I got 29. I'm cooking tonight. Well, you got to love the atmosphere. These Mongolian fans, they are magnificent. They bring a great atmosphere here to BCL Asia East. And Michael Lefebvre, you know he loves it. He thrives from that kind of environment. Well, it's a poor post entry. Jordan Tolbert, a little bit too much on it. A great job by Su Shishuan, number 17, defending Chimanga. Well, Lu Tzu-Chiu will go to the bench. Just going to take a slight little breather. There's also Captain Fantastic, Hong Shushan, checking back into the game. Wow, it's got to be a Kings turnover. Supe Kai out of control. Michael FIBA now worrying sign for FIBA. May have just not quite sure what happened, but there's the kick out. And it just hit him in the face, unfortunately. 6-point lead still to the Broncos. Nice give and go, goes in, making it an 8-point lead. And new Taipei Kings defense. That point just went missing. Batisbold, remember he had a monumental game the first time these two teams met. Tonight he's got 9. Looking to become the 3rd Broncos player. Well, FIBA, no foul. Are you kidding me? The chef, and he just tells the crowd to politely be quiet. And the alley-oop, oh, baby! Welcome to Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. Well, just when Michael FIBA went to 31 points, JT just went on Ulaanbaatar Airlines with the alley-oop. Another kick out. Takes a deflection, but will go out of bounds. 10 here on the shot clock for the Kings. Well, you gotta love the tempo. 2 very good teams. Could very well be the 2 top teams here in Group E, depending how other results go. Remember, Broncos will have to play both Android and nice take by Supe Kai, but he's unable to finish. Well, they can have the final shot here in the 3rd quarter, but they're gonna go quickly for 3. A great job by FIBA finding Supe Kai. Oh, again, it's just too obvious. You've got every Broncos player chasing Michael FIBA, so this is where Supe Kai, who's a great player, don't get me wrong, you've got to understand this. There's the alley-oop. Tolbert, same Banu, baby. Same Batanu, they like to say here in Mongolia. Final seconds. Puncture Shad turns it over now. Bit of time. Chimaga goes for it. It's up, and he's not going to get it. But that is the end of the 3rd quarter, where the Broncos lead by 8, 71-63 against new Taipei Kings in the 5th and final window of BCL Asia East. Well, we will be back in just under 2 minutes for the 4th and final quarter. Welcome back, everybody. Live here for the 5th and final window of BCL Asia East. We're here in the capital city of Mongolia, Ulaanbaatar, at the UG Arena, where currently you can see Batisbold 5 rebounds and 6 assists away from getting the first ever triple-double here in BCL Asia East. Well, Big Baby coming back in the game for the new Taipei Kings. Remember, he has 4 fouls. And when he's on the floor, the Kings are a much better team. Kings down by 8, 71-63, final 10 minutes. Can Broncos remain undefeated? Wampocha bumps. Foul's gonna be called, so 2 free throws coming up. Well, no force in BCL Asia East or on heaven on earth is gonna be able to stop Big Baby down the middle. Well, here he comes. That's why they call him the Tank in the TPBL. Well, he does have, indeed, 6 points tonight. But he missed the first free throw, and that's only his first missed free throw. 2 rebounds tonight for Won Po-Chu. Second free throw good, cutting it down to 7 points. Oh, it's amazing to think that's only the 4th free throw, and he's the only player from the Kings team who's gone to the free throw line. Broncos looking to penetrate, goes in, and somehow, someway, under intense pressure, he's able to make that layup. Oh, look to Vishin. And another turnover. Binderia comes up with it. Chimanga. Oh, baby! Sembanu, Sembatanu. Zugir, baby. Chimanga just went down the fast break and said, good night, Ulaanbaatar. Broncos again lead by 11. Foul's going to be called, and that's going to be the second team foul against the Broncos here in the 4th quarter. Well, Lutsu coming back into the game. Because Kings having to rotate. Here we go. Jordy Chimanga Airlines. We have liftoff. 11-point lead to the Broncos. Still plenty of time left. Won Po-Chu looking for a handoff. Picks up his dribble. Nowhere to go. Well, it's going to be a 24-second violation. Well, the Kings there, you can see, I mean, this is where the Broncos' defensive game plan has been simply magnificent. They know that the Kings want to put the ball in the hands of the 31 points from, of course, Michael FIBA, but it's a case where somebody's got to step up, go for a backdoor play, set a screen. Well, Broncos go for another 3, and that gives them the 14-point lead. Monkun Tuvishin makes a big-time dribble, and now it is a 14-point lead to the Broncos. Timeout called by Ryan Marchand. Well, he called the screen. Nobody came out to switch. That time, Michael FIBA commits too late. Well, we'll be back in just under 60 seconds. Welcome back, everybody. Live here in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. 5th and final window of the BCL Asia East. Currently, the Broncos, joint host team with the Bishrel Metel, lead this one by 14 points against New Taipei Kings. Still plenty of time left in this game for the Kings. And they've already qualified for the Final Four. Lutsu going for a 3, made his last one. Again, good look, but unable to finish. Broncos looking to extend their lead. They've led by as many as 15. Anything now would give them the biggest margin. There's a kick out. Chimanga has made 2 threes in BCL Asia East. Well, he's now 2 for 4. That's the 4th three-pointer he's taken in total. Usually takes about 1 per game. Another 3 for Kings. This one's up, and they just don't seem to drop here in the 4th. Or have they cooled down at the wrong moments? That is going to be the unfortunate question for the Kings. got to remain resilient. But another three by the Broncos, and now indeed, biggest lead of the game of 17 points. Well, Batisbol 12 tonight. And that's his second three, and it's going to be an unforced turnover. Wampo Chu trying to find, well, that time, I think he felt that Lin Lee Jem was going to pop out for the three-pointer. He subs out of the game. Well, Ikbayar coming back in for the Broncos. Standing ovation, as you just saw. Muktuvishin subbing out, who does have 13 points. Third leading scorer tonight for the Broncos. Broncos lead again. The defense, that time, they thought he was going to Tolbert. In the end, an uncontested layup by Ikbayar. He's got 9 points. Big baby pump fakes. Another kick out. Closed out and deep by Chimanga, so no wide open three for the Kings. Time's winding down. A FIBA going for another deep one. Almost got it. Broncos come up with it. Now looking to go up by plus 20 points. Well, there's the penetration, trying to find Chimanga, but turns it over. Chimanga's going to get called for the foul. Well, Ian Miller coming in for Chimanga. And this is the crazy part about the Broncos. Their best player, Chimanga, 5 points. He's played minimal minutes, but they've still been magnificent. And you've got to ask the question, with this win tonight, it will be both them and New Taipei Kings that will go to the Final Four of BCL Asia East. There's a pump fake. Chan going for a three. This one's up, no good. New Taipei Kings 0 for 4 from the three-point line here in the fourth quarter. Broncos in no need to rush anything. They lead by 19. Batisbol will go for another three. That's not going to go. Big rebound by a FIBA. Well, that indeed is a FIBA's 10th rebound. Double-double tonight with 31 points. But it's another Kings turnover. Oh, he's thinking about going for the three, but as mentioned, Broncos. They've got 2 more games in this window after this. They've hit 10 threes tonight. Trying to go for the spectacular pass, can't get it. Chen now has an opportunity here in transition. FIBA getting a handoff. Finds Big Baby, goes in. Oh, good offense, but unable to finish. Well, go for that 11-3 in the corner again. Good night, Ulaanbaatar. 11 threes as Ikbayar indeed becomes the 5th player for the Broncos to get into double figures. Well, he's got 12 points. Truly has become a cookout show tonight here for the Broncos. We will be back in under 60 seconds. 5:06 to go here in the fourth. East, and if you are watching this game live on FIBA's official YouTube platform, please, if you can, hit that like button and subscribe to FIBA on YouTube. Make sure you follow BCL Asia on Instagram, X, and Facebook to get all the best news, highlights, and content that matters to you most. Well, the Kings started the game out on fire from the perimeter. Hong Shishan unable to get the three-pointer. 22-point lead to the Broncos. They will remain undefeated here in BCL Asia East, because they'll have to play against Adroit of Singapore and High Tech of Thailand. Tolbert now looking for an ISO. Inside the paint, simply unstoppable by Jordan Tolbert. 16 points tonight, 1 rebound away from a double-double. While Tolbert almost came up with it. Oh, again, what a rejection by Bindaria. I said, not in my house. Get out of here. Oh, great defense. Keeps his hands live. Or keeps him up, excuse me. Well, no doubt there's going to be disappointment from the Kings fans. Great fan base in New Taipei, but remember, they've already qualified for the Final Four. As the FIBA just slowly cooling down, but you know, he's been terrific tonight as always. And maybe if you had to give a MVP award here in BCL Asia East, Michael FIBA would probably be in that argument. He's now under 4 minutes. Miller guided by FIBA, penetrates, hangs in the air, goes in, the bank indeed. Smooth move by Ian Miller. Well, 21 points tonight for Ian Miller. Hong Shishan goes for a 3 and he buries that one. Even though the Kings may eventually lose this one, I mean, hitting 14 3-pointers is not bad for a team who, you know, with the heavy schedule they have in TPBL. Quadruple change coming in for the Kings. So Supei Kai is coming back into the game, along with Chun Chin Nen. And Wampo Chiros Azbayar also subbing back in for the Broncos. Jordan Tolbert getting a standing ovation from the home crowd. Now we're at the 10 of the shot clock. Miller, 3, hand his face, takes it, can't get it. And Azbayar getting the offensive rebound. Another kick out, another 3 in the corner's up. Well, the Broncos will start to celebrate after this game. Well, Miller comes up with it. Now he's going to try to go for it. Here we go. Throws it down with 2 hands. Miller with the bunnies. Well, he slowly took his time to go in for the runway. But 23 points. 6 assists tonight for Ian Miller. So FIBA can't get another 3, but doesn't take away from the great performance tonight here. Supei Kai way off as well. 25-point lead to the Broncos. 2:40 left. A foul is going to be called against Supei Kai. Well, Ian Miller getting a huge ovation. 23 points, 6 assists, 1 rebound. Goes 3 out of 9 from the three-point line. 8 out of 16 the total from the field tonight. What a performance he had. Broncos again going from the three-point line. Again, even with the lead, they're just still hungry to battle for every second shots. As now Ikbayad. There's another penetration. There's a wide open 3. It's up. That's a good offense. And another offensive rebound. Well, this time it's Sergalen Oktan Batar coming up with it. Azbayar going for a screen. Another kick out bump. The circus shot is up. And this time, New Taipei Kings are able to prevent Broncos getting offensive rebounds. Supei Kai with an opening. Nice dish shot. Finds Big Baby, and that's probably the best play of the fourth quarter here from New Taipei Kings. Well, the assist came from Supei Kai. And that indeed is 9 points for Big Baby. Broncos have missed the last 5 threes. Make that 6 in a row, but another big offensive rebound. Well, Seth Galen came up with it. And again, it's just becoming a buffet for the Broncos. Oh, this team already 13 offensive rebounds out of the 43 total. As Bayard trying to defend, Wampo Chu. Big Baby just easily goes in, now in double figures with 11. 23-point lead to the Broncos. Now we're under a minute to go here in the fourth quarter. Dominated performance. Sengalin kicks out, down the middle, goes in, and he missed a wide open layup. Wong with a rebound. Kings, of course, playing for pride, knowing they'll go to the Final Four. And then, yeah, Wampo Chu getting the assist. The finish by Chen Yo-Che, now with his second field goal tonight. Broncos now pulling up mid-range. Oh, light the cigars. Celebration will happen tonight here in Ulaanbaatar. The Broncos of Mongolia is the lead. Will be going. Whoa, what a rejection! As Bayard said, no, sir. And that will do it. Indeed, the Broncos have become the second team in Group B here in BCL Asia East to qualify for the BCL Asia East Final Four that will take place between the 29th and the 1st of June. Still to have 2 more games here in the 5th and final window, but these Broncos fans, they can celebrate. They could be on their way to winning a domestic championship, and as well, they have a chance maybe to qualify for the 2025 FIBA Basketball Champions League Asia. Well, it's not over yet. Of course, I'll be heading courtside to meet the player of the game. It's been a tough one indeed. So many performances here for the Broncos. Well, the player of the game indeed is Jordan Tolbert, so I'll be heading courtside to get a few words from him. Stick around. We'll leave you with highlights after that, and then we'll go to the post-game press conferences. But congratulations to the Broncos qualifying for the BCL Asia East Final Four. Well, currently with the player of the game, Jordan Tolbert, fantastic performance. Congratulations, qualifying for BCL Asia East Final Four. What does this mean to you and your team for such a big landmark for Mongolian basketball?
Man, thinking about the season we had, it's just a great accomplishment. I mean, it's a testament to our hard work that we've been putting in all year. That's all it is.
And of course, your opponent is also qualified. You could see them at the Final Four. They're a tough team. If you see them for a third time, is that going to be a challenging experience for you guys?
Yeah, of course it's hard to beat a team 3 times, and obviously they left 2 imports at home. So, I mean, it's still nothing less. It's no mercy, man. It's cutthroat out here.
Lastly, of course, these fans, they're fantastic. Mongolian basketball is on the rise. What would be your message to these fans? Go Broncos!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the post-game press conference for the Basketball Champions League Asia East game between Team Broncos versus Team New Taipei Kings. Team Broncos beat 94-73. So So now we have with us Ryan Michael Markand and the player Michael Efabera. Coach, can you please give us your comment about the game?
Yeah, I really want to give our guys credit for battling, just being down so many players. Mike's done a really good job of, coming in late in the season and, just finding his way into our system. Being coachable, with our group, and, having all of our other imports and local players gone, probably our top 9 guys out for these games. It was really good for our other young guys and other end of the bench players to be able to battle and to be able to compete with a team like this through 3 quarters. Really give them credit for that.
Okay. Michael, can you also give us your comment about the game?
Yeah, I think that we did a pretty good job the first 3 quarters. We fought as hard as we could. Big credit to my teammates for fighting with only me out there to help them as an import. Like Coach said to us in the locker room, it's just over time with the depth of their bench and having the height advantage and us, only having me as an import, it caught up with us in the 4th quarter. But we fought as hard as we could. It sucks that we couldn't come out with the W, but at least we, qualified for the Final Four, and that's the second Final Four they got this season. And it's a big credit to all the local players here because we can't make it without them.
So now I have a question for both coach and the player. The Broncos clearly had your number in this group phase, but how do you think it will? How do you think will these losses to that team help in the growth of the new players, like the younger ones?
Yeah, I think, for them it's just getting experience. It's hard for them to find minutes in our league back in Taiwan. So this is, they play a role back home in Taiwan. Here they have to play, a bigger role for us. They need to try to score. They need to do a few more things they're not asked to do. So it's really growth for us, growth for these young guys, growth for their careers. They're just great learning experiences for them. So I'm happy that they get a chance to do it against a good team.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think our guys are going to keep our head down too much for this loss. They got some really great experience in these 6 games. International competition, something that's new to most of them, and they got a lot of exposure. So they played their butts off these 6 games, and like I said, without them, we wouldn't be able to get to the Final Four. So it's a positive for us, especially for them, to get this exposure for them, and hopefully it can help them in their careers in the future.
I will now give the floor to the media to ask questions in English, and I want to ask the media to first state their name and the media company they represent.
Hello, everyone. I'm from Premier Sports Network, the host broadcaster, and welcome to Mongolia first. And my question is, despite this loss, how do you see this game helping your team improve for the next round? You guys still have a chance.
Yeah, I mean, we've had this team in general has had a lot of good international experience. The only difference, when we've played EASL in the past, we have most of our roster. Here for BCL, Asia East, we don't have most of our roster. It's a very different team. So, like we said in the past, it's been growth for our young guys, being able to understand how hard they have to play, what they have to do in these games. These are games and situations that they aren't normally in back in Taiwan. So being able to get that experience is just great for their development and growth, and hopefully they'll learn from it just like our other players have learned from international experience.
And from the player, and did you feel some difference from the previous game in Taipei?
We played hard in both games. The only difference is just me being the only import this time, so the younger players had to really step up and help a lot tonight, which they did as long as they could. That's the biggest difference. Like I said, I'm just happy that the guys got this exposure and this experience, and I'm happy that they just played their butts off, knowing that they have a lot of games back home waiting for them when we get back.
Thank you.
Thank you. This is the end of the first part of the press conference. We will be now back soon with the Broncos team. Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
Coach. Okay. Welcome back to the second part of the post-game press conference. We now have with us home team coach Aaron Batlirton and player Jordan Talbert. Talbert, we would like to have your words about the game.
When we saw they left 2 imports, I don't know if it's like they didn't take it serious or they wanted to rest, but like it's definitely an opportunity for us to like be disciplined, stick to our routine, get better as a team, try some things, you know, from a coaching perspective. So it's just a regular game to us.
Okay, Coach, can you also give us your comment about the game?
Okay, then thank you for everybody. Then we are so happy for this win. First half, it was the bad offense and defense because of just we did the run and gun. Then second half, just we tried to bring our defense and offense, and that's why we can win one tonight. Also, we have one big advantage is one of the big, very good player won't come in here, CJ Johnson. That's why this is it was a very big opportunity for the win. We are very appreciative for the new Taipei Kings for here.
I have a question for the coach. How does it feel to have qualified for the BCL Asia East Final Four? How does it feel to have qualified for the Final Four? So how do you feel about it?
Of course, we are so happy, but we need to focus and keep focus on our responsibility because we have 2 more games. Then after the final games, then after we will prepare the qualify the next games, and that's why we keep focus and self-control ourselves.
Okay, now I have one more question for Talbert. Now that you have gotten the job done tonight, how will the approach be like in the next 2 games of your homestand?
Go to sleep, recovery, go to practice, shoot around, just whatever this man says, just keep doing it. Yeah. Okay. Stick to the same routine. Nothing changes. That's all.
Well, do we have questions for the media in English? Reminder to state your full name and the media company you are representing. Okay. Well, now, thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Jordan. This is the post-game press conference is officially over, and thank you all.
Thank you.
Goodbye.